Maximum revenue. Cost of printing 5,000 copies is $100 per thousand. If more than 1,000 copies are printed, the rate is discounted by 10 cents per thousand for each thousand in excess of 5,000. What number of copies gives the maximum cash receipt for the printer? What is the price per thousand, right? So what we're given here is that if you're printing 5,000 copies, then the cost is 100 per thousand, right? Now, as you increase the number of copies by 1,000, for every 1,000, we get a discount of 10 cents. And therefore, what we can do is we can write the number of copies, and let's say dollar cost. When you multiply these things, then you get revenue, right? Now, in this case, revenue can be written as equals to number of copies. If you are increasing the number of copies by every 1,000, and since the units are per 1,000, we'll use 5 as the number, right? So we can have 5 plus every 1,000 means 1 time x, right? So that means x is every additional 1,000. So what happens to cost is, for 5,000 the cost is $100, but as you increase you get a discount of 10 cents. That means 0.10 per thousand. So that is per thousand. So that gives you the equation for the revenue, right? When it says what number of copies gives the maximum cash received, so basically what you need to find is the derivative of this function and then the critical number, equate it to 0 and get your answer, correct? So we can have r dash is equals to, you can apply the product rule. So derivative of 5 plus x is 1, and you get 100 minus 0.10x plus, that's the first term, derivative of the second term, which is minus 0.10 times 5 plus x, correct? And then we can expand this and solve for x. Now for revenue to be maximum, let's find the critical point. So at the critical point, r dash should be 0. So we'll equate this to 0 and solve for x. Let's expand this. So we get 100 minus 0.10x, and that is minus 0.5 minus 0.10x, right? So, and we can bring the numbers together on one side and x is on the other side. So in this case, since this is minus, I can bring it here. It becomes 0.2x is equals to 100 minus 0.5, which is 99.5, correct? And then we get, x is equals to 99.5 divided by 0.2, correct? And that gives us, if you do half of this, 4, 9, 18, 15. So it could be 995 divided by 2. So x will be 4, 8 and 19, 9, 18, 15, 7.5. So that is the value of x which you get in this particular case. So it is 497.5, right? So that is so many thousand copies. When you print, then you get the maximum revenue. So that is the number of copies, and price per thousand, let's calculate here. Price per thousand is equals to 100 minus 0.10x, and in this case, since x is 497.5, we get 100 minus 0.1 times 497.5, and that gives us 50.25. So that is price per thousand, right? So we can write down our answer as number of copies as, so number of copies is 497.5 thousand, and price per thousand is $50.25 per thousand.